What's going on? My name is John Halbig, and this channel is Introspective Collective. Alright, so I figured, starting this channel out, what's the first video most people do? It's the Booktube Newbie Challenge. Figured, might as well give it a shot. Probably be a little bit more brief than most people's. I'm heading up north in a few hours because I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and yeah, summertime here, pretty damn hot. So 2-hour drive up north, temperature drops like 30 degrees. All about that. Forest, all about that. Nice place to read, all about that. So, but yeah, just wanted to start this off now that it's June. I just wanted to introduce myself. So yeah, here we go. Let's start the newbie tag. First question is, why did I start this channel? I started this channel mostly because I've kind of been getting to know a little bit more of the book reading community through Instagram. Like a lot of booktubers, I'm a writer. So now that I've been getting into reading a lot more and writing, just kind of made this as an opportunity to communicate with the YouTube dimension of people and kind of put my own taste on things. Question 2 is, what are some fun and unique things that I can bring to Booktube? Definitely a unique thing. I feel like just the fact that I'm a dude. I know there's quite a few dudes on Booktube, but it's definitely more of a, kind of not monopolized, but female-centered area. So just the fact that I'm a guy on Booktube, I think is kind of unique. And a lot of what I hope to add that brings a unique touch to it is just recommending books that I don't think a lot of people have heard about. I love to read stuff that I think kind of flies a little bit below the radar. And also I'd like to try to feature as many self-published authors as I can. Just because I'm a self-published author, so anything I can do to kind of help that to become an increasing market, yeah, all about that too. So I'll also be doing, movie reviews, talk a little bit about psychology, philosophy, mythology, and some writer's advice, because that's a lot of my specialty, is just coming up with ideas and kind of taking all this abstract, huge stuff and trying to condense it down as much as I can. So yeah, that's what I hope to do. Number 3 is, what am I most excited about for this channel? Probably what I'm most excited about is, bring some humor and a unique little flair into it. So kind of similar to number 2. Because yeah, I love talking about books. I love talking about movies, especially series now, Netflix series, HBO series. I'll be getting into a lot of that. I feel like we're definitely kind of in the golden age of more like TV series nowadays, more than movies. I used to be a huge movie buff in college, but now I'm definitely, kind of like most people, like to binge watch and watch that. I feel like that's kind of the visual element most similar to books. So yeah, just talking about all that and getting to know people online, hopefully starting conversations is what I'm most excited about. Number 4 is, why do I love reading? And gosh, that's a big question. I love to read. Similarly to why I like all art, is because I feel like it kind of is the best way to connect people through time and space. You read something from someone who lived 1,000 years ago in another part of the world, who lived a completely different life than you did, but somehow you feel like you're there. You feel like you're connected with them. And when someone writes a book like that, it's kind of a miracle, So I feel like to read and to write in that way and to really put everything you have into it, both as the writer and the reader, that's what life's all about. So yeah, I love it. All right, number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? That's a little tough, Probably I'd have to go with the stereotypical answer of Harry Potter, just because, man, that came out when I was 9 years old, and that's kind of like, I feel like when most people probably start getting reading. So just the fact that Harry Potter came out when I was around 9, I mean, if I'm being honest, it's gotta be Harry Potter. But, recently, like once I went to college and all that, and throughout high school, I'll be honest, I probably played more video games, watched more movies, TV shows and stuff, and probably put reading a little bit on the back door. But Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive series, so a fantasy series. I started reading that in 2014, and man, that definitely kind of lit a fire for me and got me to start reading a lot more after that. So now I probably read about 30 books a year, so probably roughly about 3 a month. I might start a little bit more now that I've started this channel, which I'm excited about. I kind of like to balance my writing and how much I read too. I feel like they both help each other. So yeah, that's what got me started. Alright, number 6 is, what question would I ask my favorite booktubers? I'll keep this fast, I already know it. Question I would ask is, if you were a character in a book, would you be the hero, the villain, or a side character? Alright, number 7 is, what challenges do I think starting a booktube channel would be hardest to overcome? That's very easy. Editing. I hate editing. I hate editing video. I hate editing my stories. I hate editing music, because I'm kind of a musician too. I like to make music. I just hate editing pretty much everything. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why do I hate it? Because I'm very kind of I'm very kind of chaotic minded. I think that balance is really important. It's not that I don't think balance is important. I'm working on it, so I'm trying to be more orderly. And you know, editing is all about kind of making order out of the chaos, and when I write or do music and all that, I'm kind of all over the place, man. Like, very creative and unique, but you know, when someone asks me to like describe what I'm talking about, I'm like, I don't know how the hell to do that. So definitely kind of editing the videos and putting everything together in a clear, cohesive manner is what I'm gonna struggle with the most. So bear with me, bear with me. I'll try to get better. Alright, number 8 is, when did I start reading? I feel like that's kind of similar a little bit to that other question. I don't remember what number it was, but no, I mean, I started before Harry Potter for sure. I forget the name of the book. There was a weird kind of like dystopian book I read probably around that time, like when I was 9, 10, or 11, where it was like you could like implant stuff in like your brain to listen to music in MP3s. I feel like it was called like something End of the World. It came out around like year 2000-ish. That weird book, that kind of got me, that's what kind of got me started. That's what sparked my interest in more like kind of weird dystopian type stories. So yeah, man, I mean, probably similar like Harry Potter, around 9 or 10 is when I got started reading. All right, question number 10 is, what kind of books do I like to read? I'll be more specific than probably the cliche answer of, I like to read everything. It's like people who say, I like every brand of music. I mean, that is kind of true, which is good. I feel like you should have a broad palette. But the type of books I like to read more than anything are, I guess I'd call them expansive novels. So novels that really transverse time and space. So David Mitchell, who's my favorite author, Cloud Atlas, that's one that, you know, stretches a couple hundred years, goes all around the world, different personalities, kind of the interconnectivity of everything. That's probably a good way to put it. The interconnectivity of everything. I love stories that deal with that. So, you know, I like dystopian books. I like historical fiction. I like literary fiction. I like satire. You know, I like humor and kind of like little jabs at the people in power, the powers that be. Oh, sci-fi fantasy. Probably if I'm reading a series, which I would assume most series are, definitely fantasy. So Brandon Sanderson, love his work. I'm just getting started on Robin Hobb's Farseer series and really liking that so far. So yeah, kind of all over the place, but oh, and very surreal fiction I like. So yeah, I think I mostly just try to look for intriguing plots wherever and whatever genre that might be, and I try to look for stuff that, you know, not a ton of people have read yet, not so abstract that like nobody's heard of it, but I tend to not really like want to jump on the bandwagon that everyone's reading, other than Ready Player One. I freaking love Ready Player One. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. You know, I'll also be doing movie reviews, kind of talking about writer's advice, like psychology, philosophy, mythology, and stuff like that too on this channel. And yeah, I'm really excited to get forward. I'm not sure exactly what I'm reading for June yet. I'll probably do another video about that. I'm currently reading Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, I believe his name is. And that's been really great so far. So yeah, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm excited to be part of the Booktube community and hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks.